Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and our bonus content continues. Now, forgive me if I look a bit sweaty. I've just been trying to fix a dishwasher on a very hot day. This is not a task for which I was designed, not a puzzle I am familiar with. Anyway, not your problem. Your problem is going to be this puzzle, which is a King, Queen, Knight Sudoku designed by Jamie Cavallo. I'm just wondering as I say that, doesn't cavallo mean knight in some European language? Caballero, so maybe it means horse in, not Spanish because that's caballo, maybe Italian or Portuguese? I don't know, you'll tell me. I'm probably barking up the wrong tree. Anyway, Jamie Cavallo has come up with this. Now, this is a kind of chess Sudoku. There are rules, 3 different sets of rules, for 3 different sets of digits. So, for instance, the 1, everywhere it appears in the grid, will obey one of these 3 sets of rules. And the 3 sets of rules are normal Sudoku rules for all of them, but also King's move for one set, Queen's move for another, and that means seeing every cell in all the directions a queen can move in chess, and Knight's move for the 3rd. So that 7, for instance, is seeing all of those cells if the 7 was a queen, which we do not know. Now, what we do know is that the cells share the same color. The types of piece share the same color in the central box, and that the central box is a magic square, and that's surely going to be a starting point. We do also have a couple of little killer clues up there as well, which may help us along. Now, one of our testers said this was not too bad in terms of difficulty, and another said it was very hard. So who knows what that means? We'll see how we get along. Do see how you get along as well in the link below the video. Now, just before I start, I will also mention, as always, lots going on. We've got our puzzle hunt coming up in a day or two. I am looking forward to the reaction to that. We've also, I think we're publishing the solve I did of Stephen Sondheim crossword on Patreon, but probably not behind the paywall, so anybody can have a look at that. It's a crossword from 52 years ago from the Broadway maestro himself, who had a dalliance with listener puzzles, cryptic crosswords, and brought them to New York magazine at the time. Anyway, now let's get cracking on this puzzle. So, okay, magic square, right, let's start in the middle. It's always a 5 in the middle. Every row, column and diagonal has to add up to 15. Now, the orthogonally attached to the 5 ones are always odd. Ah, yes, the corners are always even in the 3x3 magic square, whichever reflection, rotation, or version of it you get. And that means we can put a 4 in here because of that 4 ruling out those 2, that 4 also ruling out that one. Now, 4 plus 5 along the diagonal is 9, needs a 6 to make up the numbers. So I was going to put 2 and 8 in the other diagonals, but look at that 2. That's actually resolved them. So we can do the whole magic square straight away. Now we just have to make every row and column in it add up to 15. And there is the magic of the magic square. And that has, I mean, basically, we've been immediately given which digits share colors. Now, we don't know whether red is queen, blue is king, green is knight, or whatever. But, here's a start. Red is not knight because of the relationship between those 2 4s, and blue is not knight because of the relationship between those 2s. So green is knight. None of these red and blues that I can see are seeing another digit either by king or queen moves. Oh, but look, what is seeing each other by queen moves is the 1s. So they must be kings. Blue is king. Red is queen, green is knight. So that's a decent start. I mean, the queens is so restrictive in this that surely that's going to be the place where we begin. So 4 there, 4 there. By queen's move, that's not a 4. So 4 is in one of those cells. One of those by normal Sudoku. They're not ruled out, annoyingly, yet. Let's look into this box. Those 3 are seen by that. Those 2 by that. That one also by that 4. Ooh, that wasn't so helpful. That leaves us a bunch. Look though at 5s into this cell. 5s are also queens because they're red. And that 5 is knocking out those 2. And that 5 is knocking out that one. So we can place 5 there. Yes. Look, that 5 seeing, yeah, so these 3 are seeing that cell. These 3 are seeing that 5. Where's 5 going to go in this box? Not there because of that one. And again on the diagonal, this one is looking there. So we can place 5. That gives us an easy 5 in box 4. And this one, yeah, is ruling out that cell. So we can place 5 up there as well. Obviously, yeah, this 5 is ruling out those. This one's ruling out those. The same one is ruling out that. Easy. 5 there. 5 there. And we're finished with the 5s, just like that. Now, don't forget these killer clues. And this one looks good. 11. We've already got 5. We need another 6. Can't be 1 and 5 because we've got the 5 in the box. So 4 and 2. And we can fill those in given the 2. Now, 4s are queens as well, so this has got to be useful, surely. Oh, yeah, well, it takes out that 4. Oh, look at lots of them are on the diagonals looking at this box. So this 4 has taken out those. This one takes out those. And this one, I think... Yep, hits that. So we can get a 4 there. This isn't too bad. I love the way they're all working together though. But let's hope the queens will continue to be so fruitful for us. That's not meant to be raunchy in any way. I'm meaning it quite literally. Right, so that 4 and that 4 and that 4 are ruling out all those. Now surely this one is... taking one of the other 2. It's taking that one, so 4 goes in the middle. Yes. And I mean, I think we're all done with 4s and 5s. So, I guess 3 is the other queen. It looks a bit less helpful straight away. We've only got the 1, 3. Yeah, it doesn't rule out many cells at all. So actually... let's do some regular Sudoku. 6 and 6 gives us a 6 there. We've got a 2-8 pair. 8s aren't queens, 8s are knights, so I can't resolve those. And in this row, where does the 1 go? That goes in there. 3 and 8 here. 2 and 9, therefore, down there. We've got a 3-7 pair. So quite good progress across boxes 4, 5 and 6. And now 3s again. So these 3s are queens. These are a bit close together, but they do reveal that this cell is not a 3, because whichever one of those was a queen, it would be ruling that out. And this one by the same token, but actually that was ruled out on the diagonal. Now this diagonal is quite interesting up here. Is it? No, not really. Still leaving quite a few possible cells for 3s. I've just seen what I should be looking at is this 17 clue dumbo. So let's get an 8 in up here. That makes up that 17 sum. And is that going to just crack it? 8s are knights, aren't they? So, oh yeah, that places a knight in this box. Sorry, it places an 8 in this box because by a knight's move that one is ruled out. So we get that 8. That 8 itself is seeing that cell, so we can place 8 in box 1. That fixes our 8-2 combination. Yes, we can keep going with 8s. Good thing I moved off the queens. Oh, I thought it was going to just carry on and finish. Yes, it does. 8, 8. Yes, 8 in box 8. One of those is 8. Oh, it does. It's just stopped a bit short. 8 in one of those and 8 in one of those. I can't sort those out yet. Now, let's just look down column 5. Oh, no, I thought I was going to get something there, and not really. In this sort of puzzle, it's the question is really, can you ask the right questions all the time? So, blues are kings. No, it's not all that helpful. Okay, threes. Oh, are these interesting positions? If three's in one of those, that has to be 3. Which puts 3 in one of these. Ah, 3 in one of those. 3 certainly in one of those, because it kind of has to be, because of that 3. That would give us a 3 here. These can't be 3s, because whichever one of these is a 3 is ruling out those. So that would give us a 3 here. Here. We can tell which one it would be there. Oh, that is all possible. Ah, but it does mean, because of this one, that has to be a 3, this has to be a 3. So in fact, we started off saying whichever one of those it is, and we've come back to working out it can't be this one. So I'm taking the 3 out of there. So now these are either a pair, those two, or those two. And this is the one we haven't tried. This looks a bit less helpful. Again, I mean, I might as well pencil mark the 3 up there. Ooh, 3, because it's one of those. Oh, God, I was just going to observe they're both seeing that cell, but that's already been ruled out by that 3. I don't know. Maybe it's not 3s that are going to yield something. Look at 1s. They're kings. So that one is ruling out those 2, and that one's ruling out those 2. So 1 in box 3 is up there. Oh. Okay, no. I mean, I was thinking that's not helpful, but actually all of those cells see that cell, which was seen by that one, so it wasn't that helpful. But that one rules out both of those. This one rules out both of those. So 1 here is in one of those 2, and one of those 2 up there. No, I mean, I said the key is asking the right questions, and I'm not achieving that yet. I'm probably choosing the wrong digits to look at. 2 is limited to up there. Oh, and that 2 in there and there uses up the 2s in columns 8 and 9. 2's a king, so now 2 and 1 are both in these run of 3. Well, and in that run of 3 over there. Oh, if that was a... No, it wouldn't help that much. This cell can now only be, and this one can only be 3 or 9. And maybe that's part of ruling out what might or might not be going on. If that was a 3, that's looking diagonally to that cell. So that becomes a 3, which makes that one a 3. Because of this one looking diagonally there, that's a 3. Then again, for the same reason that these 2 are ruled out, we get a 3 here, here. This is going to work, isn't it? How annoying. It's going to be possible. One of these 2, that one, because that 3's getting there on the diagonal. Is there any reason that doesn't work? Yes, there is, because of the 2 cells on the leading diagonal that are yellow. You sometimes have to do this with Queen Sudoku, is kind of highlight the effects of one possibility around the grid. So I think we started up here saying if this was a 3, you end up with this pattern and it's impossible because of that diagonal, the long diagonal that these two yellow cells are both on. So this is not a 3. That's a 9. That's a 3. There might have been some easier way of doing that bit, and I have a feeling that is going to be very key, because I mean this 3 is a queen, remember, so it's powerful. Yeah, this one is seeing that. That's even more important. So we can put a 3 in here. That resolves the 3-8 combination. Actually, that resolves that 8 while we're doing that. One of these is a 3, and that one shows us which one. Now it's one of those, and I haven't proved either way. But up here, yeah, that's keeping it in the corner. But actually, I think this 3 is going to hit 1. Yeah, it's going to hit that one. So 3 is in the corner. Nobody puts 9 in the corner, of course, but you can put a 3 in the corner. Now, that leaves us with a 6-9 pair down here. I'm not going to rely on that. Nobody puts 9 in the corner. It's just a joke based on one of Simon's videos. Now, we're done with the 3s. They're all done. Great. So let's try the knight's move ones, because they should be useful now. Let's try, we've done 8s before. 6 there is ruling out both of those and that. So now 6 up here is in one of those two cells. Here it's in one of those two. That gives us a 6 in row 3. 6 down here must be in column 5. It must be in one of those two. Oh, okay, I thought I'd get further with that than I did. How about this 1, 2, 7 set? 1 and 2 are kings, but nothing's really looking at. 7 is seeing into that cell as a knight. That's 1 or 7. It is slightly confusing. I'm sure you found this if you tried the puzzle, trying to work out the restrictions. 1 can't be looking into that. So we have an interesting triple combination. Isn't this cell quite restricted? I don't... No, 9's a kings. No, it could still be a 9. Okay, we've got a 2, 6, 7 triple down here. Surely this can't be 7 because of the knight's move. This can't be 6 because of knight's move, but this could be any of them. So this is 1 and 9, which are kings. No. 7 is restricted to those. It's a knight. 2 and 9 are kings. How about up here then? I keep moving away from here. 7 is a knight. These are 9 and 7. 9's a king, 7's a knight. I can't work out how to disambiguate that. This is 1 or 7. 1's just a king. 7 cannot be there because it wouldn't allow a 7 in either of those cells because it's a knight. So that must be 1. That's very neat. Now 7 there, that resolves this triple. Now 1 by king's move prevents 1 in this cell, which must be a 9. Now I think we can surely be finishing off. That can't be 7, so we've got 1 and 6 to go there. Hopefully regular Sudoku will get us home from here. No, it won't, because these are an impossible triple in a classic. So we'll have to come back to there in a moment. I imagine this cell, yeah, it will resolve it, whichever way around it goes. 8, 6, 3, 4, 5. That 6 sorts out the 6, 7 pair. That sorts out the 7, 9 pair by regular Sudoku, or 1 there. This is a 2, that is just normal Sudoku, thank goodness. 7, 9, 9, 2, and the last bit of chess we have to do is looking at that cell from the 2, so that's the 9. And there we go, that's a very neat puzzle in my opinion. I think I was lucky enough to find a decent way through it at the start, although I did get a bit bogged down in the middle. Very clever, very very minimal information and a nice idea, I think. You know, yes, you have to allow that there are some rule sets going on here. We have a magic square, we have 3 different chess rules and some little killer, but it all comes together very nicely, and that's a decent puzzle. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to Jamie Cavallo for sending it, and hope to see you again soon on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye for now.